Good morning and a huge welcome to our morning tea with KB. And this morning I have my macadamias ready. I've got my protein shake, doing all the things, all the bits as we launch our K-6 and our 7 to 10 PDHPE memberships here in New South Wales for you. If you are a busy primary school teacher, a busy high school PDHPE teacher, this is your week. This is where we get to shine. And I absolutely love the conversations that we're having together about PDHPE across New South Wales. And look, the realities are there's lots happening. There are lots of things happening in schools. Schools are busy places. I know that only too well. I left the classroom, nearly 5 years ago in July. And it feels like only yesterday that I was there. And that busyness, that rat race, that go, having lunch at your desk, sneaking into the toilet when you can, that's real, my friend. So today we're going to talk about skills in PDHPE, and we're coming from two different arms. We're coming from a health, I suppose, but also a physical education side of PDHPE, that part of it, but also a literacy perspective, because if you haven't already noticed, our K-6 syllabus has a huge literacy focus. Vocab is very much embedded into the syllabus, and the 7 to 10 PDHPE syllabus has a big writing focus, obviously a very big literacy focus as well, and that's reflected in all of these new syllabus write-outs. Obviously, there's been feedback, NAPLAN data, the PISA data. It's in there. Like, this is what is reflected in our syllabus, a huge literacy focus. So in K-6 PDHPE, we have a huge push and focus on vocab, and there is specific literacy outcomes that are now embedded into that syllabus. So if you haven't checked that out, please go to the Curriculum New South Wales website. You'll see that very clear front and center for K-6, and it kind of, I think early stage one doesn't have those, but from stage 2 and 3 it does. And then stage 4 and 5, there is a big literacy focus, a big push. There are specific outcomes in high school PDHPE as well that reflect this literacy push. So it's time for us to step up if we haven't been doing much in our PDHPE classes. And I'm going to say, especially in high schools, and the nature of the beast, that is high school PDHPE, and I know it, you know it, that our time is very limited, because our principals and some of our executive timetable PDHPE very creatively. It's time that we start to have a really good hard look at ourselves and go, are we actually meeting the outcomes for PDHPE in 7 to 10? Are we actually hitting those content focus areas, the content points, or are we simply skimming the surface? Because I know there is some interesting things happening in schools, not naming any names in New South Wales, and I would never do that obviously, but I think it's time we actually have a little heart-to-heart with our timetabling team, our exec, our principals, to see, are we actually meeting these outcomes on the ground for PDHPE? And look, the same in primary schools. Yes, we kind of are doing this. We do have lots of outcomes that are focused on PDHPE. There's no going around that. But in essence, is what we're doing, is it actually reflected in the curriculum? And look, I'm not saying that we can't look at creative ways to do this. That is definitely on the cards, especially for primary schools. Looking at your programs, looking at your units and going, we need to just work smarter with this. Can we potentially embed some of our PDHPE outcomes in English, in HESI, if you're at a Catholic school, if you're at a Christian school, there are certainly many connections and many outcomes that can be met side by side our religious curriculum. We need to really start to think and work a bit more strategically with that, because we do have a very busy, busy curriculum, lots happening. But if we can work a bit smarter, then we're not working harder. We're being a bit more strategic. And Lyndall, over the last couple of weeks, has been looking at that. Lyndall is our K-6 PDHPE mentor. She's a primary classroom teacher, but also a PDHPE specialist here in New South Wales. So she has been working on some of those documents, that big picture, that whole school approach. And last night in our live session, we kind of shared that with some of the teachers who joined us. So if you are yet to join us for PDHPE Week, the learnnet.com/week is where you can go to sign up, join us for 3 days of learning. Last night is done and dusted, but tonight we're focusing on skills in PDHPE, and we'll share with you some of these big changes, but also share with you some resources to help you, like resources for you to kind of start to have a bit of a play with, a bit of a trial with this year, next year, and then when we kind of hit the ground running. So look, in terms of the fundamental movement skills, they are highlighted again in our K-6 curriculum, and you'll see that progression from early stage 1 to stage 3. That is very much the essence of that. And look, it's just working smarter with those as well, looking at how we can be a bit more strategic in our classrooms for primary school, to kind of go, okay, we have to meet these outcomes. The kids have to do the PE side of things. How can we integrate that into our curriculum? Rather, and I said this last night to everyone, rather than having it as this PDHPE, like it is together, it should be integrated. That is life. That is that balance. And I will probably say this out loud as well. For high school PDHPE, it should be about that as well. Like it should be showing that interrelationship, that interconnectedness between your health, your physical health and your well-being, and your fitness. I don't really know where that prac and theory came from, to be really honest. And I remember like when I used to get my timetable, like on the first day or even before school went back, I would like color it in highlighters and write a P, when I was going to do my pracs through with my classes. And imagine what it would look like if we worked a bit more strategically with that, a bit more creatively, and had the time and space to be more strategic with everything that we do. And if you followed me for a little while now, I've been doing this for 5 years, but working with teachers for over 15 years, you would know that when I do something, it's going to be strategic. There's going to be a method to my madness, because I want you to work smarter with what you're doing. We have the unique ability to make the biggest impact on our kids in our PDHPE lessons. And we are reimagining what PDHPE looks like in New South Wales. Like, I am absolutely fired up about this. I'm so excited. And last night, just the buzz, I don't know, like just that energy of people. Teachers are really excited. And if you have been checking out our K-6 and our 7 to 10 PDHPE memberships, this is like up-leveling even further to give you the resources, like on a silver platter, to say, okay, we want to do this. We want to have a whole school approach to PDHPE. Okay, Lyndall's created these checklists. Lyndall's created these whole school approach to PDHPE, these mapping documents. Nat has created his backwards mapping framework for us to use when we actually start planning for PDHPE in 7 to 10. There's a lot going on. Like, I know that. I really, really know that and appreciate all the changes that are happening. But if you want that time back, if you want to get that energy back, this is like the easiest decision you can make this year for PDHPE, and we would love to have you in our memberships. the learnnet.com/PDHPE is where you can head with all the details. If you want to send us an email with the word PDHPE, we'll know what that's about, or you can send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and we can have a conversation about what that looks like. And already this morning, we have quite a few schools who are joining us who loved what we're about, and we would love for you to be part of this magic as well. So stay tuned for tonight's free live session on skills in PDHPE. We have some resources ready for you. We have some checklists for fundamental movement skills that Lyndall's created, and some other assessment tools, especially on that writing stuff. That literacy focus is very much there. So I'll see you guys then, and take care. Have the best day.